All right, peeps. Well, at least I haven't heard any dissension. So yeah, let's move on to the Amarone.
Safer there.
Maybe second thing.
I think it was like that unique,
Wow.
sort of that unique licorice.
Your pores get bigger and bigger.
Look at mine.
I know.
Okay.
Ooh, this is so garnet.
Oh, this is a more fun color. I still like the first red.
So I mean, to me, this one's kind of on that ruby, almost bordering on purple.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yes.
This is artist my first ruby flower.
The thing
I
is,
know.
though, is that it's rim variation. I mean, I don't think this actually had a year to it, or at least on the bottle.
Do you see the
But
No, so-
this to me, I would think is a kind of a newer vintage than the others that we've been having. But yeah, let's go ahead and give this thing a swirl. So remember, because this one and its legs, remember, because we're going to be looking at like 15% alcohol or more.
Oh boy.
And just wait for those. See how long it takes to actually for them to kind of congeal and start pulling down.
I haven't seen.
I painted my my basement. Completely different.
I'm not seeing that. Perhaps because I chilled mine.
Yeah, depending on your glass polos, I would say just start like cradling it in your bare paws and warm that thing up.
Okay.
What are you doing there with the ladder, Paulos? Doing some projects there?
It's a part of the house. It comes with the house. I'm renting. I will buy once I decide to stay in the States and find the honey to marry. But until then, I'm just living the life of a nomad.
I don't know, Teresa. Tell me if you smell raisins on this.
Total.
But what size glass is that, Paulo?
So what?
What do you mean?
Teresa,
What is up about my glasses? My drinking glasses or my eyeglasses?
Teresa is cute. Can we unmute Teresa?
Oh, not kayak. However, not kayak. Oh, this is almost like port. This is awesome.
My mom. She said it smells like port. Teresa said it smells like port. No one can hear her.
Smells like pork.
Port.
Port. Teresa said it smells like port.
The very strong wine.
I can't smell anything except for the raisiny ones because I got the Porto one.
I bought like 3 more bottles of that Waymo, whatever that one was he had last time. I really like that.
Daniels? Did you have Daniels?
I have a confession. I buy two bottles of every wine that we have from the very first tasting, so I can have it later, weeks or months later when I have company, and it makes me seem like I'm quasi-intelligent regarding wine. I'm just sucking all my knowledge, brain drain from our intelligent host here.
I've added quite a few to my list now. Freak Show, that wasn't on there before. And that Waymo, is that what that was from last week? That vanilla-like Pinot?
I have 3 bottles each from the last time because it was my birthday weekend, and I went to Virginia Beach. I bought 2 bottles each, and I went to Virginia Beach without the bottles of wine. Then I bought the bottles of wine, and we went to some jazz outdoor concert, and we never even went back to the wine. So I've got 3 bottles each of last week. I'm waiting for him to push the video to YouTube so I can follow along with notes before I pop it open.
So vanilla from last time.
Waymo or something? W-E-I, what was it? Pinot? Was it Pinot? Here, I'll look up my Instacart order.
Yeah, because I mean, last time was
Ray
Sonoma,
loved it. It was her favorite one.
which and the only 2 whites that we had were the La Crema Chardonnay and the Fume Blanc.
See here.
The Fume.
Oh, sorry.
It was probably the Fume.
Mayomi. Sorry.
Oh, the Mayomi.
The Mayomi Pinot Noir.
Red.
That was awesome. I loved it.
Buttery Chardonnay.
He loved it, Grandma.
I
So
just,
that
why
one,
the wine drinker out of me.
I didn't go to the one last week. I was at a wedding, but after the wedding, we went back to the hotel to hang out with people, and a guy coincidentally had that one, and I loved it.
Yeah. It's vanilla. I just love the vanilla in it.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
All right.
That's something to that.
Cheers.
This one I like.
Salud.
Hmm.
Oh,
Are you a member of KNE?
that's some concentrated taste there.
Oh. Yes.
It's like a
I think
Mm.
that's what I like.
So good.
I'm wishing I had some chocolate right now.
Chocolate or steak?
Yes.
Well, let's try.
I
Yes.
want chocolate.
The above.
Yeah, I mean, almost the best of both worlds. I would go like Mexican, where it's like a steak covered in mole.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be great. Yes.
Why does food you don't have always seem better than food you have?
Because it's all theoretical. It's kind of like, thinking about X's. You only think about the good stuff.
Right.
Good for you.
Depends on the X.
Yeah, so I'm definitely getting like dried fruit.
I think in the plum neighborhood would be the fruit I think we were picking here.
Yeah. There's definitely more of a dark fruit, like that blackberry and plum.
Mine is in the sun, so sorry.
Each one jam.
So this is kind of bad.
Great jam.
This is kind of bad.
This cheese. So the cheese that was like perfect for the first one is just not. For
Yeah,
this
that
one.
cheese would be good.
I'm not even sure where we are.
Any other comments on flavor?
I say jammy, and like my grandma used to make mincemeat pie, and I don't know if anybody here alive has ever had mincemeat.
Yes, it was big in New England and Britain. It's big in Britain. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I've never met another human who ever had it.
My grandfather loved it. We'd have to get hot sauce every year to go with it.
It's made from the raisin fruit. Remember when they It dry tastes them like out? raisins.
Yep.
So I'm almost getting like
Christmas.
in a combination, but what they kind of, one of the flavors that's referred to as cigar box, which is, I mean, it's a fancy way of saying tobacco and cedar.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get past those. Like, it's so good with cheese. Oh my god.
I don't understand the pairing of cigars with wine. For me, cigars pair nicely with scotch, some bourbons, or coffee or rum, because grow together, show together, or whatever. That's a paraphrase of what you said. But wine to me seems to run counter to the cigar.
And
that's just me.
And for the most part, that's kind of correct. I mean, for me, a large, because wine is a little bit more subtle comparatively to your bourbons and scotches, where those things are going to kind of strip away from your tongue a lot more effectively, and so they're almost actually the palate cleanser to the smoke and tar that your cigar is going to kind of like place down. And so wine almost becomes kind of muted in that respect. So yeah, I'm not as much of a fan of cigars and wine comparatively to, again, more of your spirits.
I totally get wine with cheeses, chocolates, and fruit.
Yep.
Totally. And food.
Oysters?
Cigars does not pair well with food. Cigars do not. I'm sorry. I love cigars, but after meal, not during or before.
Yep.
This has made everything that we tried better.
Oh, the Amarone?
Yeah, it's the best one.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, Amarone is, I mean, yeah, pretty much these three reds are kind of my favorite. So if I'm looking to splurge, you know, if I'm like, hey, I need to go find, you know, an $80 to $100 bottle of wine for a celebration, Barolo or, you know, Barbara, you know, Brunello or Amarone, this is going to be it. Yeah, because they kind of exemplify, you know, unless now if you're wanting to impress, then you go for, you know, like your like a left bank Bordeaux. But if you're just wanting to celebrate with good food and good friends, these are it.